Hello, I'm Chandra. What follows in this video are explanations to some selected QA questions from our course. The link to the courses is in the description below. A question will be put up and I'll immediately start solving it. What you need to do is pause the video as soon as a question is up, give it a good try on your own, and only then continue watching the explanation. Without trying the question, if you just sit and watch the video, you would be wasting your time. I strongly urge you to give it a try and then compare your approach of solving with the way I have explained the question. That's the best way to make use of this video. A good question. The average of a set comprising the first, this word is important, natural numbers, is A. Now, if you read ahead, it differentiates between the odd numbers, they are doubled, and the even numbers are halved, and the average becomes B. So, the set could be divided right at the start between odd and even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. The top row is the odd numbers. And this would continue right till the total is 2n. So the last number is even, that's 2n. So 2n is used to denote that it ends with an even number. The one prior to it is going to be 2n minus 1. So this top row is nothing but the first n odd numbers. And the second set is the first n even numbers, right? So the average is A should be very easy. Right now it's a complete series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 2n. So the average is nothing but the last term plus the first term by 2. Now we make changes. All the odd numbers are doubled. So all of them are doubled. Okay, so this becomes 2, this becomes 6, this becomes 10, and so on, and this becomes whatever it is, right? So now I need to again reach the average. So you should know that the first n odd numbers, the sum of these is nothing but n square. Now this is expected at this last stage of your CAT prep, that knowing this. Now this n square will change. Okay, every number has doubled, so the sum will also double. So it's going to become 2n square. This is the sum of the new changed values. Similarly, you can even do the sum of first n even numbers is n into n plus 1. Again, something that should be known. And what do we do to these? These are halved. So when I halve them, the sum will also get halved. So this is the new sum. You can even think of it differently. So when I half it, this becomes 1, this becomes 2, this becomes 3, this becomes n. So these new values is nothing but 1 till n. And the summation of that is n into n plus 1 by 2. So it's just a reconfirmation. You're not going to do all this in the exam, right? So now I want to find B, the new average. And the new average is going to be, let me add the sum. Right now these are the sum, 2n square plus n into n plus 1 by 2. So this is the sum of the two sets divided by the number of observations, which is 2n. Okay, so the 2n square, 2n will cancel. I'll be left with an n. Here also the n and n will cancel. This 2 2s are 4. So I'll be left with the n plus 1 by 4. Okay, and you can even work this further. 4n plus 1 is nothing but 5n plus 1 by 4. And since this is with denominator 4, you can just think of what? Yeah, this has nothing but 4 and double it plus 2 divided by 4 just to make it comparable. Why? Because I need to do the difference of A and B as 6. So now they are comparable with the same denominator. So this looks like a larger numerator. So I'll do B minus A. Okay, so B minus A is 5n minus 4n is an n. 1 minus 2 will be a minus 1 by 4. This is given to me as 6. Solving it is very easy. I get n as 25. So remember, first there are 50 numbers. Yeah, n is not the number of numbers, 2n are the number, but the question is asking find the sum of the first n natural numbers, whereas n is 25. So this part is very easy. You just need sum of 25, which you should be able to do it orally only. 26 by 2, remember one of them always gets divided by 3. 25 into 3, which if you do not know it directly, it's not well prepared, right? So 325 is the answer. If you keep calm and just follow the story as given in this question, it should turn out to be easy. It should not be too much of equation solving. So 7 years ago at the time of marriage, okay, so there's a marriage then 7 years back, the average age was 28. So it's about average age over a time frame. At present, they have 2 children. The daughter is 2 years older. 1 year after the birth of daughter, the average of man-daughter was this. Find the present age of the son. So the time frame that we are talking about is from the present, and we are going back to 7 years. So now this is too kiddish, but it's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years back. And this is where the marriage took place. Right? Now it's given that the man and the wife at this time were 28 years, the average. So if I want to find the sum of the man and wife, so it's going to be 28 into 2. So I'm directly writing 56. Now 56 was the sum in this year. Okay, every 1 year passes, the sum will increase by 2 for every 1 year, because this is man and wife, right? So every year it's going to increase by 2 and so on. Right? Now if you look further, at present they have 2 children. We have read that. So there's man, wife, there's a daughter, and there is a son. Right? Now we reach this. This is the place where many people get stuck. 1 year after the birth of daughter. So the daughter is birthed after 1 year. So what is the use of this? The use of this directly just says that at this time the daughter is 1 year old. It's a very simple data. Therefore I said keep your calm, try to understand what this is and you'll get the thing. The average age of man, wife and daughter was 21 years at this time frame, right? So average we convert to man plus wife plus daughter is average into number of observations, that's 3, which is 63. Okay, and from this we already know that daughter is 1 year old at this time. Why? Because it is 1 year after the birth of daughter. Now, so daughter is 1 year old. Right? A very simple thing which gets missed. So the man and woman at right now at this time frame is 62 years sum. So when is that in this whole time frame? 56. So 56 has become 62, the sum. So this is an increase of 6. So this is a 3-year time span. Right? So 1, 2, 3. This is the time that we are talking about, 1 year after the daughter was born. So the daughter would have been born 1 year before the daughter is born. So I'll just put her age as 0. She is born. And since the daughter and child, the difference is 2 years old. Now daughter is 2 years older. So the son was born in this 1 year later. So son was born here. So the question is asking present age of son, 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. The son is going to be 3 years old. An interesting question. P is the minimum value of this log, with A and B being there, and Q is the maximum value of another expression. And we are given that A plus B is 4, where A and B are positive real numbers. Then what is the value of this log? Interesting. So we have minimum, maximum, we have positive real variables. some sum is given. So it will have linkages with AMGM inequality, but it's a decently camouflaged one, right? You would not see it's not looking like a standard question that you have tried. There are enough scary things of log, but this is not at all scary, students. So let me start over there. So log of A to the base 2 plus log of B to the base 2 should be directly, the base is same, it's log plus log. You should have confidence, students, at A into B by 2. And we need the maximum value of this. The maximum value of this is Q, right? Q is given the maximum. Now, when will this be maximum? You know, it's intuitive, but even if you want a detailed theory for it, the log, the base is 2. The log of graph of a log is this way, right? So when does the graph become higher up? When you go to the right. So you keep AB to be maximum. So if you want the maximum of this, the idea is keep AB, make AB maximum. And this is very obvious given that A plus B is 4, right? Positive real numbers. Now we come back to the most easiest questions of AMGM inequality. So what is the maximum value of this? Make them equal to 2's are 4. So put 4 over here. So what do you get from this whole thing? You get from this whole thing 4. So that's 2. Q is equal to 2. So you will have more confidence now going to the first one. Now going to the first one, I do not know what do I do with this. So you cannot split it. Log of A plus B is not log A plus log B. Log A plus log B is log of A into B. So you can't do much over here. So the next thought that I will be having is I need to focus on this term. And so I'll take this set of 2 raised to A and 2 raised to B. And when I find the arithmetic mean, I'll have this expression. And when I find the geometric mean of this, when I multiply this, I will end up adding the indices. And adding the indices will lead me to A plus B. So I'm very confident. So I'm comparing the AMGM of this term, 2A plus 2B by two terms, and I don't know how or where is it going to lead me on. Is it going to lead me on to the minimum value or so on? But let's see, let's try. So is the square root of the product of this, and the product of this is A plus B, and that is where it worked. And so A plus B is 4, so 2 raised to 4 is 16. Square root of 16 is 4. All of them are positive. Okay, so I'll just 4 into 2 is 8. So what this tells me is 2A plus 2B is greater than equal to 8. So 8 is the minimum value of this. And relying back on this, so if I take this number to be least, so if I go leftwards, then I'll reach the lower end of the log. So if I take 8, right, the least value, this will become least. So the log of 2A plus 2 raised to B to the base 2, this is minimum at log of 8 to the base 2. The minimum value of this is here. And this is nothing but 3. So 3 is your P. P is 3. The minimum concept. And once you know your Q, you know your P, you just need to do this. This is 2 into 3. So this is log of 6 to the base 6, and 1 is the answer.